It does look like over in Italy, it's a departure from the sort of austerity measures, the more sort of cautious footsteps of Draghi. What do you make of this?
Well, it's basically fulfilling election pledges that Meloni made. It's also fulfilling some of the demands from Meloni's coalition partners, above all Lega. And it's going to be problematic at the end of the day. You know, the budget deficit is now not projected to really fall to the EU's target of 3%. That in itself will hamper some of the recovery program, EU recovery program funds, and hamper that. And above all, it's a case of the growth is not going to be great. By its own estimates, we're talking about 0.7 for this year, 0.8 for next year, 0.9. Mr. Visco and indeed the finance minister Giorgetti have suggested that Italy can grow its way out of its budget problems, but its debt servicing costs are very, very high. And we're still looking at a budget overall debt to GDP at around about 140%, which will be alarming for some, and particularly for some of the ratings agencies.
What about the ECB? I mean, we just heard Philip Lane's comments, but we've also got this new poll of economists suggesting that the central bank won't lower rates until September 2024. What's your take?
I think that's probably correct. We've had this sort of similar line emerging in Europe, that we may have peaked rates in most countries, but the higher for longer really means higher for longer. I think actually the September 2024 expectation of a rate cut may be proved to be optimistic, to be very honest. It's still a very, very long way to go. We're going to get the CPI data later today, the final one, 4.3 headline, 4.5 core. That core CPI is really what the ECB is worried about. It's not coming down particularly quickly, and we've had specific benefits this month from those German changes, which perhaps won't necessarily persist as we go into the back months of the year. And so the ECB is going to be likely to warn, as Mr. Lane did, that it will be open to further hikes if the CPI doesn't come down quickly enough.